Alright, here's a follow-up video. So I replaced the radiator cap with a security cap. This was 10 bucks, and the real direct issue here, as you can see, is right there in the upper hose. I've got a new hose for it. There we go. I picked this up at AutoZone for, I think it was $13.50 or so. Together these cost me $25 and change, but for the pieces. And if you look on here, sorry, there we go, the focus, you see that is totally messed up, blown out. So here, I'll get a flathead screwdriver here and show you. Look at that, there's my problem. It makes sense. So all I'm gonna do, I had to, this is a 2003 Mazda Protege. To get to that, all I had to do was remove this air intake shroud. I'll show you. So it sits like that. And right here and right here are two nuts with the washers included, and it's a 10mm ratchet size. And so if you remove those, the air shroud lifts straight up. You just set it out of the way, and so you can see the coolant that's blown on there, and down here underneath that shroud. And so luckily not into the air intake, just on the outside. And so I'll go grab my pliers, and we're going to pull those clips and replace them. Alright, I'm going to see if I can set my phone up in a way that you can see this as I do it without it falling. That should work. So we pull the clips off, remove the hose, and replace the hose. So didn't mean to be getting anyone confused by that. And this hose that's on here is really, really flaccid. I'll show you when I pull it off. Quick tool review while I do this. These are the Pittsburgh brand wrenches I got in a set of 4, I think, at Harbor Freight. They're terrible. I would never ever buy them again at Harbor Freight. And the problem is that they release. See, you can see that's in the second to last one there. Well, I started it up here in this one. You have to tighten these down. I think really what it needs is just a punch to make it so that that can't become unscrewed, and then it would work. But the problem is that they don't come that way, and I could do it but haven't. But still, when I get them tight enough for them to not come unscrewed, they are really hard. I mean, look at that, it's not even falling because it's so tight. This to this, the top to the bottom is so tight that it creates a significant resistance. I realize that it's my mistake here. Didn't realize there was that much liquid available in that hose to run out. And it's hot. So be aware. See, my liquid's a bit low right now, so I thought it was gonna be simple. I didn't think there was going to be anything in the hose, but I see it makes sense that the damage is up here, and so the level from the top of the radiator down to the engine intake is lower. Not intake, but circulation. Okay, so this, you can see when I push on it like that, it bends a little bit. This, and pull this clamp off. This is hot, but this is, maybe it's going to have the same feeling when this is hot, but you see it's bulged out there, bulged out and blown out there. So this has a bit of an elbow. I'm going to put that on the lower part. So if I put it on the upper, it would go the wrong way. See? So first I'm going to put the clamps back on these, where it will be easier to get them back onto the hose. It'll be easier to place them than trying to do what you just saw me do. Try and get them off, which was a real pain. Just let it beyond where I need it. Something up top. See, this projects. These project about 2 inches, 1.5 inches on the top, 2 inches on the bottom, and so I'm bring my clamps in about 3 inches. So that they don't interfere with me pushing it on. It's really easy. It's all the right size. It's a proper piece. This one's a little tighter. That's fine. I want them tight because this has got to hold the pressure. The pressure cap says it is built to resist up to 16 pounds. So I don't know what the hose is built to resist, but we definitely want to resist that pressure. So having the cap tight, the hose tight is fine with me. And just make sure you don't get your fingers in between the hose and the clamp when you're doing this, because if you have a problem with your pliers, like I'm having right now, see that it slipped. You put it in the second one, it slipped. There it is, it's in the second option. And it slipped to the third right there. Put it in the second option. Tighten this down again. Makes it really hard to move, but I have to have it tight or else this will slip again. I won't be able to get it in place, the clamp in place. So, really sucks. Now, I think I might take the advice of Simple Little Life, the Canadian knife maker. Here we go. And invest in some nice pliers like these. He does a video on it. I'll have to find the link and put it on here for you. But anything would be better than these. They suck. So don't ever buy them. They were really cheap. I think it was like $6.99 for the set, for the 4 plier set, different sizes. This is the smallest one. This one has a piece of junk. They're all junk. Alright. So, that's it. That's the whole thing. Whole change or repair. This one's trash. I'll toss that out. Shroud. Shroud back in place. It clips into place there. Forgot to say that. You have to unclip this. Let's see if I can get you. You unclip that, just push that back, and then it'll pull right up when these nuts are removed. And it's real easy to put on and take off. So I tighten them down as much as I can by hand. And then just get them a little bit tight. That's it. That's the whole repair. So this security lock mechanism makes it so that I can't take the cap off without lifting that. You can see right in there, if you can see it, there's, let's see here. There's a little ledge. There you go. And this goes down in. It makes it so it can't turn, so you lift it, and then it can turn out. It's that little ledge that it catches on. You can see I'm low, so I'm gonna have to put some more coolant in there and top her off. Got some ready, so let's go and keep on. Alright, so here's the coolant I've got. And I have added water, so I'm not going to, like it says there, because I've added water to the radiator already for all of this drama. So I'm just gonna see if I can do this one-handed. There you go. Right there. See? Yeah, I put in about 2.5 liters of water, and I know it's lost some since then because this happened while I was on a trip, as you saw in a previous video. So, and I've got some water in the overflow reservoir since I used this vehicle to go get the parts. So I had to do something. It's summer, so not worried about freezing or anything like that. Well, I'm gonna set the camera down for a moment and fill this up with 2 hands. And we'll keep going from there. Alright, so got it filled up right to the brim. And it might need a little bit more when it circulates because I've got the loss to take into account from when I just pull that hose off. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up, let it circulate for a little bit, and then we'll check it again later tonight just to top it off. But yeah, it's going to look exactly the same as what you just saw. And so that's it. You get in here, you can see there's water down there. Now I had filled this, see that dark line toward the top, or toward the middle? I had filled it just over that line. It now has maybe a centimeter, nah, not even that, half a centimeter of water down there at the bottom. So that's definitely going to need some more after I let it circulate. But now I kept pulling this off when I was checking it at a rest stop on my trip, and I twisted it out of the way, and this would inevitably come off, and it would fall down there, and I'd have to fish it out or knock it off, and off of the stuff on that bottom, the shrouds there, so it would fall through that little hole or the opening you see at the bottom. And it's just a pain in the butt. I wish they would have made that a little more stable, say make it so that this slides into a hole instead of just snapping in, because it comes off every time. And these are $18 to $29 to replace just this. Without that, from what I saw online at O'Reilly Auto Parts and AutoZone, which are just the easiest access for me here. But that's it. So I'm gonna run the motor a little bit and top her off later tonight, and that'll be the end of the Radiator show, hopefully. And I might have some future gasket work depending on how that looks. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and thank you much. Share it with your friends. Appreciate it.